Sydney Sweeney is supposed to be America's sweetheart, yet her movies are not even starting to make money. What's going on? Why is Sydney the flop queen of Hollywood? And why do so many hate her so? Today we'll tell you what's going on and why Sydney is waiting for that breakout role. Is she Henry Cavill 2.0? We've got answers on the roll. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel that shines as brilliantly, as blazingly as Sydney Sweeney on a sunny beach day. Folks, we're happy that you came our way. Welcome back yet again, where we explain the Holly weirds in a way that not even they could begin to try. Folks, as we dive in, click the like button. We'll tell you what's going on with the crazies of Hollywood trying to slay the slay queen herself, Sydney Sweeney, from getting a big movie win. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Hollywood in Toto, a website that you should be bookmarked to, it's from Christian Toto. Should conservatives rally behind Sydney Sweeney's Christy? The boxing biopic could use some red state love, but don't bet on it. There's Sydney, and she does not look like Sydney. That could be a problem for what she's trying to do. Oh, how quickly they forget. Sweeney's new Oscar bait drama, Christy, debuted in roughly 2,000 screens over the weekend. The Christy Martin biopic earned a pathetic $1.3 million in its opening frame, suggesting it'll be out of theaters in short order. Is that any way to treat a culture war heroine? Hero YouTube. It's a female hero YouTube. No, it's not that YouTube. Says just days earlier, Sweeney squared off against a journalist from the far-left GQ magazine. The scribe tried to guilt Sweeney into apologizing for her now infamous American Eagle jeans ad. The Spot found the actress teasing the similarities between the word jeans and jeans. The gag? Sweeney won the genetic lottery, the unwritten part of the commercial. Now, as you all know, if Zendaya had been in a commercial like that, no problem whatsoever. If you'd done the same thing with Jenna Ortega, no problem. Wouldn't have cared. They don't care about that, right? This only is because Sydney Sweeney is white. And it presumes that the ad is advertising that only people of a particular race can have good genes, which is obviously idiotic. Folks, you can be of any race and be beautiful and have good genes that make you beautiful.
And more importantly, the jeans company wants to sell to everybody, regardless of race, creed, color, etc. They don't want to just sell to white people. That would limit their audience.
Right. The GQ interview says, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Do you worry about that? Sweeney, no. GQ interviewer, is there something that you want to say about that itself? Sweeney. The ad spoke for itself. And it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Okay, folks, here it is. We'll play it for you so that you can see how this went. Let's get it ready to go. Here we go. Oh, is it a picture of, it's a picture of a video? Oh, now they've tricked us. That's a good one. Well played. Well played. We'll go back to it. So here we go. So Sydney Sweeney, though, she's become an American darling. How many of these tweets do we have that don't really take us to video? Yet for all of the conservative social media love, it didn't translate into movie ticket sales. So, yet again, Christy, another Sydney Sweeney film, did not do well. Folks, go read this article from Hollywood in Toto. It's a fantastic piece of info that you need to see. How bad did this do, though? Well, if we take a look at the numbers, Christy is currently at 1.3 million worldwide box office. Even though it's made for minuscule money, it probably does need to make like 30 million to break even. And if it does this poorly, you know what? This is going to be difficult for her to get an award. This is not the first time that Sydney Sweeney has struggled, guys. She's been in other films that did not do so well. I believe Madam Web comes to mind. That's another one that, like everything is going for young guys going to see that film. And I'm just wondering, what do you all think might be the reason that Sydney Sweeney is having a hard time finding an audience if she's so darn popular every time she shows up in a dress online or every time that she is in an ad? Why can't she find her movie Marilyn Monroe moment?
Because she needs to be starring, as opposed to Madam Web, in a movie that shows her the way people want to see her.
I don't think it's just that.
Period.
I don't think it's just that. I think a large part of her appeal is that she has a sense of humor about herself. And I think the last thing that I know of that she was in that was a comedy, I think was, it It was the one with
Madam
Glenn
Web.
Powell. No, the one with Glenn Powell. It was a rom-com, and I don't remember what it was called. But I'm thinking she's wanting to be taken seriously. I think that's why she's taken a role like this. It is Oscar bait, and I don't think that's what the audience wants. I think they want to see her be beautiful, and I think they want to see her in something funny, because she's always got that kind of a wink at the audience. You know, she's in on the joke. She knows that she's charming, and she knows that she's manipulating you with that, but it's all in good fun. It's the girl next door kind of thing, and I think that's what the audience wants out of her.
Let's play the interview. This is what we were attempting to do earlier. Here's what Sydney Sweeney had to say when put on the hot seat by a GQ woman who does not appear to be enjoying her position. She can't even look at Sydney Sweeney, and Sydney's very comfortable looking back at her. It's that alpha beta vibe, except on the side of women. Here we go.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism.
The idea that the ad was claiming genetic superiority from anybody, what it's claiming is that if you're beautiful, you have good genes. And then she was also wearing good genes, and anybody who's beautiful of any race, they hit the lottery on genes. That's good grief, good grief. But you know what? These people, they're stuck on oppression. They're addicted to oppression.
This political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
There you go. There's your answer.
Oh,
But here's another thing, guys. I wonder in Hollywood if there is now a feeling of we don't want to give Sydney Sweeney a role that she'll win with, because politically, like, the conservatives really like her. Her politics might be in the middle. We don't want to give her a win. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Lauren disagrees? What do you guys think?
I've been waiting for Christy to come out and
Of course you
actually
have.
wrote to, no, I mean, specifically because I want to see her act. And this type of a role for somebody like Sydney Sweeney, it's going to show off either she's really good as an actress or she sucks. Like, I really want to find out what the truth is. And I also lived in Las Vegas during the time some of the fights were going on with the real Christy. Very interesting personality, interesting story. And it just seems, it's just weird because I wrote my local theater that I normally go to, and they said they will be screening it at a later date. They just don't have the date yet. It is a kind of a privately owned theater, and so they probably, I mean, they're still running Tron Ares in that theater, and it doesn't sell tickets. And I'm kind of wondering what kind of deal Disney trapped them in that they have to still show that crap. Because I went when we went to see K-pop Demon Hunters, there were other theaters were loaded. Nobody was in Tron. I peeked in to check. It was like middle of the movie, and there's nobody in the theater. It was pretty funny, but yeah, there's something going on. I think specifically with the marketing of this movie, or with is it Black Bear or something? The distributor of it. It's more of an independent type of a film, but it's interesting. I would like to see her in more prominent roles, something where she's put forward in. I won't watch something like Euphoria, which I think she's in with Zendaya, but that's not my wheelhouse. But something with a comedy, maybe something like The Naked Gun. She could be in some type of role like that. I really want to see more of her as far as acting and her range, and not just modeling.
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen this either, but there's an effort right now, and I'll put this image up on the screen. I'm not doing this for people to gawk at Sydney Sweeney, but I'm putting this image up because this has been trending over X the last couple of days. There are angry women, and I'm choosing not, you'll notice on the right side, I'm not presenting who is showing this on purpose. But there are angry women, I suppose. I don't feel like this is coming from men very much, but there are women who are posting this picture and saying this is what she looks like without makeup. And they're basically insinuating that she's not actually beautiful, that this is all some sort of like psyop, that she puts on makeup and suddenly she's a beautiful person. And I just think you all are crazy. Like the level of animosity for her. And it's such a bizarre thing to see, a woman like this turned into a political, division point. What a strange idea that whether or not you want Sydney Sweeney to succeed or whether she's beautiful comes down to your politics. And I don't even think she's tried to weigh in on politics other than she was in a Blue Jeans commercial. But one thing's for sure, so far, for whatever reason, conservatives are not showing up to her movies to carry her over the line. And Andy, tell me what you think about this.
Number one,
well, let me toss this to you. I think the left, that they actually go to movies to support the people that politically align with them. And I think, unless it's Star Wars, I don't think the right cares about that stuff, and I don't think the right cares about Hollywood necessarily.
Exactly.
Right. A couple things. Ron's right. The marketing is horrible for this movie. Number two, I don't think that many people know who Christy Martin was, so it's not something that naturally would gravitate to a lot of people. I think that she's very smart in picking some of these roles she's doing because it does show her range. So she's not going to get necessarily typecast into just being like the bubbly bimbo. Yes, she is very funny. When some of the funniest things I ever saw her do was the press junket for Madam Web was it SNL? You definitely didn't see me in Madam Web. That was very funny. I think also we do have a lot of very religious people in conservative groups that and Christy Martin is a gay character, and which a lot of people don't necessarily have a problem with under ordinary circumstances. But over the last few years, you've had these things shoved down your throat so many times. It's and do I want to go and reward something that's putting this front and center, which I don't know if it is or not in the film. But to me, regardless, as I find the film intriguing. I want to go see it. Now, I have a theater very close to me. It's only got 8 theaters to it, and Ron's got Tron Ares playing, but not Christy. I have to go up to the one about twice as far that has 16 theaters in it, and that's going to be showing it, and I'll check it out there. I think she's very smart in doing some of these, a lot of diversity in her roles. But really, you're not getting any films that are being vehicles for anyone. We were just talking about Oscar Isaac. Nobody cares if Oscar Isaac's in a film. Nobody was going to see a movie because The Rock was in it. Nobody was going to see. Tom Cruise maybe is the only one you have left that people are going to see because he's a draw and he has fans. I don't think that we're in that point anymore. And to your point about whether or not liberals go to see, and I use the term loosely, liberals, because they're leftists. They're not I consider myself like a classical liberal. I don't look at myself as, but I say if you were to read John F. Kennedy's inaugural speech to a college student, they would think Donald Trump said it. But I don't think they go see the movies because otherwise the box offices would be overflowing. Well, at least doing better than they are. These people don't buy products. They don't go and buy the action figures. They don't go and buy the lunch boxes and the T-shirts and things when these movies come out that they claim that they want. So, and as far as the conservatives going to see this, I think this and Eden, I think was her last one that she did. There's smaller, more independent films, and nobody's really had a chance to see Sydney Sweeney act. But she's very clever. She's either been very well prepared for that interview because, man, that woman was just going for some kind of gotcha question, and she went back to that well 3 or 4 times to try and get her to trip up. And she didn't bat an eyelash with her. She's like, I know what you're up to. I'm not going to make a scene about it. But I'm not playing the game. And that's where she's really smart because you can't take this actress and say that she's only doing these things to appeal to a conservative audience. She's not a Kirk Cameron. She is, topless in Euphoria. She said she's going to continue to do nude scenes, which may not endear her to like a conservative religious crowd.
I actually think that's a critical mistake on her part, Andy. I really do. I think that, you know, and I'm not trying to be a prude. I'm trying to say that from a career standpoint for her, I think that is making it more difficult because the left, there's a contingency in the left that hates her.
Yes.
And that's why I have this up right now. I don't know if you know this, but online, there are people of a particular political viewpoint that post pictures trying to make her look ugly. And some of these are like altered by AI and stuff. And this is a thing. I didn't realize this until we did research for this segment. There's a large group of people out there who try to make Sydney Sweeney look ugly, and they just rip her apart online over and over and over. It's kind of psychotic. And so, Andy, when she's doing the stuff where she's revealing, you know, quite a bit, I think that makes it difficult from a career standpoint with the demographic that might be needed to help her flourish in her career. If this other side that's more open to that sort of thing is actively trying to rip her apart.
Well, I wonder how many people are actually into it that much. So obviously, you're going to have your people that are willing to dye their hair and put septum rings in that kind of out themselves as like they want to announce to the world what they want in their entertainment. I think most people are kind of in the middle. They just want to see somebody go out there and act. I've said for a long time that nobody's worse to women than other women. They routinely rip each other apart and shred each other. This is the same group that is like the body positivity movement, telling us that Tess Holliday and Lizzo were both every bit as beautiful as Sydney Sweeney. And now they're going out there and say, oh, look, without makeup, she's not that pretty. Meanwhile, you've got most men in the country. They've done these polls recently. They've had gone a little bit viral, where most men prefer these women without makeup because we want somebody who's real. We want somebody who's genuine. And I think that's where Sydney Sweeney really comes across, because she does come across as genuine. She does come across. She's not fake. She's not contrived. She's very much like, yes, here I am, is what you see. And she's an actress. And I don't think she is necessarily looking to appeal to any one demographic. She's looking to appeal to as many people as possible. And this is what she's going to do. Whoever wants to go see her movies can go see her movies. I think she's got a bright future. I don't know how old she is, but like you look at Scarlett Johansson, beautiful woman. You know, she's not that far away from, she's going to start getting cast as the mom. She's going to start getting like, you know, the roles where like, it's like what you see with Jurassic Park Rebirth. There's not that many more parts like that in her. And Sydney Sweeney is the only one that's on the radar for the last, 10 years. They've tried to put these young ladies in front of us that have like, look at Zendaya. She's got all the curves of a 2x4. It's like
easy, Andy. You're going to get the Zendaya peeps on us now.
But I mean, like
the phrase you're looking for is 2 aspirins on an ironing board.
Okay, great. Okay, great. And we're doomed. We're doomed, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to rage at us next.
Look, this lady has been picking the wrong movies. I appreciate that she wanted to do this, Christy, for a lot of good reasons, and that's swell. She needs to look at the careers of people like Jacqueline Bisset and Liz Hurley and these beautiful young women who found fun romantic comedies where they could be sexy and witty and clever and wanted.
You're telling me this is not it, Lou. This her in a pink boxing out. This reminds me of Luann from King of the Hill, you know?
I've actually got another role that I think would fit for her because of a movie that we watched for the genre guys, Lou. She could do film noir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes,
In
indeed.
fact, that would be a great kind of thing because honestly, she's got a bit of that Nancy Allen quality.
Yes. Yeah.
She reminds me of Yvonne Strahovski, I think is how you pronounce her name, but she was Sarah Walker in Chuck. And if I don't know if anybody here on the panel watched Chuck, but it was it's the same. Like I think she'd fit that type of a role where it's espionage, it's thriller, but she is, you know, the femme fatale that comes across is like innocent until she has to throw some action in there. I think she'd be good.
So
there's a lot of things she could do.
Is she then, is she sort of a Henry Cavill kind of figure where everybody wants Cavill to get that moment to really just explode in a way that we all feel like he's been held back. He just couldn't get the Superman, the movie that he needed. And everybody's rooting for him. Maybe everybody's rooting for Sydney Sweeney, and it just doesn't happen. Is that?
There's one person here who isn't rooting for him just because of his next big movie.
Well, don't leave us hanging. Tell us about it.
Well, he's about to be the Highlander, isn't he?
Lauren can't wait. Can you, Lauren?
Anyway,
I've said before, if they put out something good, I'll give it a chance.
I'm sure you will. I was just making a cheap joke. Shape.
Yeah, no. Lauren
Next
will
thing
go.
you know, I'll be talking about shape language, and there goes the ball game. So,
Lou, I think you've done it. I think you've done it, Lou. We have Lauren now on the record saying he'd be willing to give Highlander a chance. He would.
Look, I gave the first one a chance, and that was my first mistake. But this is a reboot, and I like Henry Cavill. If the trailer grabs me, I will go watch it. I will say that.
And if Sydney Sweeney grabs him, he'll watch that too. He'll watch it. Pulling Hollyweird to the sensible center, the mainstream middle where money is made is not easy, but folks, you make it easy to make videos each and every day because sharing time with you is a great honor, and we never take it lightly. An attitude of gratitude every single time we have the chance to shine with you. Until the next time, we only ask that you click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, don't worry about paying any kind of tuition for this free class and how entertainment works. You are on scholarship. Highest IQ on the internet. That's you for sure. Until the next time we have the opportunity to spend time together, folks, we just ask that you keep learning, keep growing, and as ever, keep having fun.
Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
So I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.